For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 25 of the second season here at Chelsea. We extended our lead at the top of the Premier League in the last episode, and we start with a game against Norwich City today, then Stoke City after that, and then Bayern Munich City after that. So Champions League is back again, and it's the quarter-final stage against Bayern Munich, and then we'll have the second leg in tomorrow's episode for the game against West Ham, with Burnley starting us off, and then I don't know whether we'll get through in the Champions League after that. We'll just have to wait and see. Not sure whether I'm confident or not against Bayern, to be honest. But we have a 4-point lead at the top of the Premier League with 9 games to go. I'm hoping we can continue to be in good form. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more. And let's start with the win against Norwich. Looks like a 4-2-3-1 for Norwich here, with Maddison sat behind the striker, which is Nelson Oliveira. Norwich, I can't remember what I did against them last time. I think we had a good game. I seem to remember them causing me a little bit of problems, but I think we scored a handful of goals and got a good victory. So I'm hoping for more of the same here. Isco into N'Golo Kante. Now, if it weren't for Casey Palmer's second goal in the final game of yesterday's episode, Isco would have scored every single one of the goals that we filmed in all 3 games yesterday. So he's in good form, I think, is probably the best way to phrase it. Whether he'll actually continue that form in this episode, I'm not sure. I was hoping Nazar was going to run out wide there, and we didn't, but we are going to find him in a wide role. And I got a little bit too far away from the defender there, and I thought I was going to. And still, yes, Eden Hazard gives us a 1-0 lead. I got rather lucky there, and it fell back to him. I wanted Hazard to run down out wide initially, and he ran inside, but by doing so and then going outside afterwards actually opened up probably more space for him, because the defender was distracted essentially by Alvaro Morata. I got too far away from the defender there. I wanted to turn inside earlier, which unfortunately narrowed my angle, which meant that the save was a little bit easier for the keeper. I just got lucky with the fact that it fell back to him. Chelsea 1, Norwich 0 after just 6 minutes. Hazard into Morata. They literally just said in commentary it was a draw last time we played Norwich, so with my guess earlier on in the game, in the intro, that I'd actually scored quite a few goals against Norwich last time I played them, I was wrong. Completely and utterly mistaken. Apparently it was a 2-2 draw last time we played Norwich City, so, I think they said draw. I don't know actually whether they mentioned scoreline. I think they mentioned a 2-2 draw elsewhere in commentary. Basically, I'm confused and I don't really know what life is right now. It's very late. I've been recording all day, and I've only got time to record 1 game of today's 3 before, basically before I go to bed, because I don't want to be up any longer. So after this game, it will be tomorrow, but for you, it will still be today, and about half a second later than at the end of kickoff, or the end of the final whistle in this game. So I hope I can get a victory in this game against Norwich and actually do it for the first time against them this season, now that I've been informed reliably by the co-commentator Alan Smith. So we'll have to wait and see. Eden Hazard could be in for a second for himself and for me here. Try the Blurb spin, and he is indeed in for a second for myself and himself. In the past couple of episodes, I've actually called up Eden Hazard for his lack of form recently. He must have heard me. Chelsea 2, Norwich 0. Sandro cuts it out. Hazard already on a hat-trick here, just 20 or so minutes in. They just said in commentary that Norwich are on the run of 5 straight defeats. Well, on the opening few moments in this one, looks like it might be being extended to 6, unless Gomez can actually pull something back for them here and give them a little bit of hope, which is exactly what's happened. Nelson Oliveira, I got lucky with my first. They've got lucky with their first. A rebound that drops straight to a striker. It's 2-1 after 22 minutes. This is getting a little bit hectic, isn't it? Maybe they won't be going for 6 straight defeats, although I'd like to think that they will. Time will tell. Here's Maddison driving across the... I don't even know why Alexandro has tucked in all the way across here. That's deflected. Courtois scrambling, but it did have, in fact, go well wide. Corner to come in for Norwich. I'd be particularly disappointed if I let a 2-goal lead slip, to be honest. Especially get a 2-goal lead and then let it slip, all within the space of the opening half an hour of a game. So another corner here for Norwich. Again, it's going to be Gomez to stand it in. Again, it's an awkward one to deal with defensively. Maddison into Hanley, and that was headed for the top corner, but thankfully Thibaut Courtois was in the way. Isco Oh, that's awkward technique. I thought he would have just used his left there. Hazard keeps that in well. Which way's the defender going? I'm not sure. We'll go back to Toni Kroos, then in front of N'Golo Kante. Actually use the right back before going to Willian. Drive inside there so that Willian is in more space. Really not the best of balls to him. Isco is there if I can squeeze it through. It's a great first touch, and Isco can't give us a 3-1 lead. Can Toni Kroos? Bit of space on the edge of the box. He loves a long shot. Good save by Gunn. Ball that out with Courtois straight to Isco. It's a great turn. Now, I'm trying to drive and draw that defender there, the number 3, towards me, which is exactly what's happened. So we can play in Willian around the corner and maybe turn inside. Oh, it's a great turn by Willian. And again, and Morata trying to squeeze it home. It might drop to Isco. It won't. It's well held by the keeper, but it was pretty simple to pick up. Looking for a third, but not able to get one as we reach half-time. But hopefully in the second half we will. Oh, he's thrown that straight to Morata. What on earth was he doing there? And I'll slot through Isco. Chance for 3-1. Isco, oh, what a save from Gunn. Just threw an arm down to the right as his body was going to the left. That was extremely good. But what on earth were they doing? Throwing the ball straight to... Oh, what a save. Throwing the ball straight to Alvaro Morata. I'll whip that towards the near post. Who's there? A defender. Oh, where's that going? For a corner on the other side. Nearly able to gamble at the back post there, Andreas Christensen, and get the ball into the back of the net. He's up for that as well. Keeper's going to come and only punches when he could have caught that. Kroos, can we get that down and find some space for a shot? We can now because someone's ended up on the floor. He did that with his left. I really wanted him to take it with his right. Oh, that's not going to drop for Willian either. Norwich will clear their lines, but as was the case in the first half, other than the chance where they got their goal, it has been all Chelsea domination again. I missed the challenge. They've got all 4 defenders back, and midfielders flooding back in support as well, but can they cope with the pace of Eden Hazard? It doesn't appear to be so. Now, I'm going to actually cut back here, and then maybe look for Willian at the back post. Decent ball, bring it down, lovely turn. Oh, and the finish from the Brazilian. Superb. Beautifully tucked away. Not sure whether that was really the most realistic of shot angles, but to be fair, he's just spun on a swivel on his left foot and wrapped it right across goal into that bottom corner. Hard and low, only just inside the far post. Chelsea 3, Norwich 1 in the 62nd minute. Here's Maddison. Oh, man free. Oh, they've hit the post. Gamoose could get there again. No, Hazard clears. Wow. I didn't even see the man free. I was so busy concentrating on stopping the man in the middle from shooting. Hazard nearly gets to that. They almost throw it straight to me again. We nearly scored last time they did that. And they may still score here. Gomez with a header. If he'd have looped that towards the back post, maybe, would have stood a better chance of going in. Norwich are having chances. Alexandra with a nice touch there. Hazard in a good physical battle with the defender, El Abdelawi. They've been having a good old ding-dong battle throughout the game entirely. But they're mentioning the potential Michy Batshuayi move there in commentary. But for now, Michy is nowhere near the first team, understandably, with the form of Morata and Tammy Abraham, and there are 21 minutes now left to go in this game, and that was not meant to be thrown there, but thankfully I've gotten away with it. Kante into Alexandro. Here's Hazard. Isco into N'Golo Kante again through the gap. There's Morata. Isco's made the run. He's about to come off actually, Isco, because he's running low on stamina, but can he get a goal before he does? I was hoping to maybe win a free kick there. Kroos with the early effort, trying to catch the keeper out, but he was ready for it, Gunn. 15 minutes to go. 3 changes inbound. Kennedy's going to come on. Casey Palmer's going to come on. And Charlie Musonda is going to come on. They were the 3 changes I made. But I don't think anything's going to happen between now and the ball going out of play for those substitutions to happen. So I might as well cut now.
And I can see them struggling in it, to be honest with you.
Nelson Oliveira with the turn. This change is yet to be made. And oh, he hit the post. Gomez so close. There are the 3 changes coming that we mentioned a moment ago, but Gomez is very nearly getting Norwich back in it there. With a full 10 minutes left to play, they will live to rue that chance, especially if they are able to get another goal between now and the end of the game. Kennedy involved immediately and loses the ball immediately. Never mind. Gomez is just too fast for anyone to deal with here. And man free at the back post. Maybe they will rue that chance a moment ago that hit the post. Although there is still 7 minutes to go. They've only had to wait another 3 before getting that second goal. I just could not cope with the pace of Gomez. And apparently nobody wanted to mark the man at the back post. It's 3-2. They did draw against me last time. I don't want to throw this away. Moves is in behind Alexandro, trying to close him. Okay, I thought he was going to cross there. Here's Nelson Oliveira. I read that turn but couldn't get there. Naismith back to Oliveira. That's well wide. Norwich having the chances to get themselves an equaliser here. Cameron Jerome has just come on for Nelson Oliveira. That was his last action in the game. Could that last action in the game be the final chance that Norwich will create between now and the end? Kennedy looks over the top for Casey Palmer. It's a beautiful ball. Oh, why have you gone for the overhead kick, my man? I just wanted him to try and loft that with the insole of his, or instep of his foot, to try and look for the far post, but apparently he decided he wanted to go for the extravagant. Never mind, 2 minutes added on at the end of the game, and I'm pretty comfortable that we will get the victory, although not for the lack of trying of Norwich. It is going to be 6 defeats in a row for them, but they have given their all here, and they've come the width of the woodwork away. In fact, they might still have a chance from getting a point here. Gamoose in the box. Alexandru intercepts, and there's the final whistle. Indeed, they have come the width of the woodwork away from getting themselves a point at Stamford Bridge. But those 2 early goals from Eden Hazard set the game up rather nicely. They had more possession than me, and more chances too. Man United with a whopping 5-1 scoreline over Aston Villa, although Villa are in the bottom 3 and struggling, so it's not too much of a surprise. That will help Man United's goal difference in favour of closing us down. You can see at present mine is +9 in my own favour, +4 in points favour as well, although they've conceded less than me, Man United, but we've scored 13 goals more. And in fact, it's only 12 goals more than anyone else in the league, with Spurs having only scored 1 more than Man United, being the second highest scoring team. Norwich were bottom. I would have been quite embarrassed then if they'd actually scored that third and drawn against me. They've lost 21 of their 30 games. Oh dear. Right then, for me now, it's going to be going to bed. For you now, it's going to be Stoke City. It's tomorrow, and we have an email that lets us know that Michy Batshuayi is going to be sold to Bayern Munich for £35 million when the next transfer window opens at the beginning of season number 3. £31.5 million of which will be added to my transfer budget as soon as he moves, so we'll get that money next season. So at the beginning of the season 3, we will have a lot of money available to us to spend, because presumably we'll get about £70 or £80 million in our budget anyway. Add that £35 million or £31.5 million to it from the Michy Batshuayi sale. We're going to have a lot of money to spend in the upcoming summer transfer window. But will we enter that summer transfer window as Champions League and or Premier League winners? We don't know. We've got a game against Stoke now as the second game of the episode, and then the third game in the first leg of the quarter-final against Bayern Munich away from home in the Champions League. 5-2-3 for Stoke. Troy Deeney leading the line with Iago Falque and Choupo-Moting out wide. Cameron and Imbula holding. Strong physical side from Stoke, as you would expect. Even though Mark Hughes has tried to put his own stamp on the team in recent years, they still have a very physical team. So we will just have to be physical in return. Palmer back there to Bakayoko. To Cesc. Drill that out wide there to Charlie Musonda. Little fake Rabona to work some space, but because they're playing 5 at the back, there isn't really much space to be found, to be honest. But Cesc Fabregas can get his shot off. That's blocked and will be a corner. Might be taking it himself, Cesc. No, Kennedy going to be the man to stand it up into the middle. Good delivery, but only as far as a Stoke man. Zappacosta played in down the right-hand side here. 0 support, so I'm going to have to find some. We do find Cesc. Is Kennedy still out wide? Unfortunately not. Would have been a great opportunity to play him in there. Never mind, Bakayoko. Still try and create something else. Tammy Abraham's through that gap. Oh, it's a great turn. Surely Tammy. Good finish. 1-0 Chelsea. Really nicely tucked away by Tammy Abraham. Both strikers now in great form. Tammy Abraham and Alvaro Morata banging the goals in on a consistent basis. Michy obviously hasn't had a look in and he's now confirmed as sold for the next window as well. And I don't think we need to buy another striker because the 2 we have currently are more than enough. Free kick for Stoke. Bakayoko picked up a yellow card for giving away the foul. Deeney wins that header ahead of Tammy Abraham. And here's Janelli Imbula out to Nahar. Back there to Iago Falque. Cesc can't outmuscle him. Important block from Kurt Zouma. Cesc Fabregas really weak there. Would have expected better from him than that. Choupo-Moting will take the corner. He's actually pretty decent in the air, so I'm surprised they've let him take it and not use someone else. Tammy Abraham. That was outrageous, although apparently Nahar is quite fast. Tammy Abraham having to use his strength, though, in that situation to keep hold of the ball. I'll use the right back first here. And Zappacosta will drive inside. I'm hoping Imbula will come towards me, which he has, which means there's space then for Cesc, who commits Janelli Imbula to the tackle. Lovely turn by Tammy. Can he score from outside the box? No, is the answer. A block shot at one end off Zouma, and a block shot at the other from Tammy Abraham. 25 minutes in, still Chelsea 1, Stoke 0. Thiago Falque. Oh, nice ball through the channel. Azpilicueta with Troy Deeney here, but he's turned well and finishes just as well off the post. Troy Deeney with an extremely good goal there. The through ball was perfect. Troy Deeney's run timed just as well. And the finish off the far post. Top draw. It's a good goal from Stoke. I can't really complain about that, can I? The through ball. Look at the run. Just arcing and matching, running off the shoulder of Aspi. Can't deal with his strength. And then the finish is so good. 1-1. Bakayoko to Cesc. Starting off on the front foot at the beginning of the second half. And Casey Palmer played in. When he beat the keeper to it, he will. But, Jack Butland does just enough. I wasn't sure whether that was going to end up in the back of the net. Musonda with the whip. Bakayoko could be underneath this. Or, you know, he could just stand there and look at it. Great. Cheers then, Timu. Appreciate that. There's just no room there for Casey Palmer or Tammy Abraham to work with. There's so many red and white shirts. Casey Palmer with a good turn, though. He's going to take good footwork, I think, to get past everybody. Good save by Jack Butland and cleared away. I had a little bit more space than I thought there with Tammy Abraham, as the defender actually committed to a challenge before I wound up for the shot. So I could have taken it an extra pace perhaps and found myself a better angle. Trying to get Casey Palmer to make that run forward, but again, well harried by a number of Stoke players. Butland with another save. Kennedy trying to get that back into the middle, but Nahar heads behind. We'll take the corner, starting this second half really on the front foot. Again, it won't let me take control of Bakayoko there, and Zuma's shot is well closed down by a defender. That's twice now. The ball's gone into the box in this second half, and it hasn't let me change to Timu Bakayoko, and then hasn't made him take a first touch either. So I'm not really too sure what I'm supposed to do in that situation. Oh, Tammy Abraham hits the bar, and it's going to stay in play, and they'll clear it away through Kevin Wimmer. Fabregas out to Charlie Musonda. Tammy Abraham's there. Musonda's run has taken one of the defenders away, but Tammy's going to need support here. It's deflected to Bakayoko. Give that to Charlie Musonda. That's a good turn. I'm going to go backwards. I just don't know what to do in these situations. Kennedy, effort, strike, saved. Right, loft it back in. Oh, it's a decent one. Can Kennedy get there? No, Mbula heads behind for a corner. Oh, right, come on then. Kennedy with another corner. Will it let me take control of Bakayoko this time? No, I'm in control of Cesc, and it's tipped over the bar by Jack Butland. We are dominating this second half. I just can't seem to get the second goal. Up goes Cesc again, but Choupo-Moting heads away. Actually, as far as Troy Deeney, but Aspi should have him dealt with. No, he doesn't. Never mind, he's not got anyone in the shape of support here, Troy Deeney, so I'm forcing him wide, and Bakayoko will outmuscle him, and we will win the ball back. Oh, it's a nice ball around the corner to Troy Deeney, who again has got the better of Azpilicueta. Strange choice of pass, but if it works, then fair play. Nahar lofting it to the back post. It may yet work. Choupo-Moting beaten to it. No, it wasn't. It was actually the shot from the man himself, but wide of the target. Free kick, goal kick for me. Triple substitution being made. Kennedy going off for Pedro, Casey Palmer going off for Marco Van Ginkel, who's on the ball now, and Cesc Fabregas going off for David Luiz. Actually, I'm going to bring on in a central defensive midfield position, and Tammy Abraham very nearly. In the process of explaining those substitutions, gives us the 2-1 lead that we're looking for. Pedro will take this corner himself, and he'll whip it in. Bakayoko underneath it. Zuma wins the header. Good save by Butland. Keep this in maybe with Van Ginkel, which we've done well, but can't keep possession with the turn. Bakayoko, they will find Zuma. Zuma to David Luiz. David Luiz tackled by Bruno Martins Indy, and Stoke get the ball away. David Luiz, Van Ginkel, forward to Tammy. Van Ginkel's kept the run going. Do I play him? Do I play him? No, I'm going to not play him. I'm going to go solo with Tammy. It's a good save by Jack Butland. Pedro will get there though, looking to turn and find a teammate. Maybe he needs someone to drop on the edge of the box. They just haven't. Zappacosta is there. David Luiz in a good position. Good first touch. David Luiz, well blocked by Kevin Wimmer. It's been all one-way action in this second half. It really has. I just cannot get the second goal. Bakayoko with the header. Butland with a save again. Joe Allen drilled forward to Deeney. Deeney out wide, but Pedro intercepts. Into stoppage time now, and, well, out of stoppage time as well, as I just noticed. Final whistle goes. It's a 1-1 draw away from home against Stoke. Not the worst result, but Jack Butland definitely made a number of saves there in that game, as you can tell from the stats, to ensure that they got the point out of it. 8 saves, only a 7.3 for Butland. I believe he deserved more. Right then, the small task of Bayern Munich away next. Bayern Munich's lineup is strong, with a couple of surprise inclusions. Well, one surprise inclusion, to be fair. Gerard Piqué at centre-back. Douglas Costa is back at Bayern after going to Juventus, so I'm not sure. I thought Douglas Costa to Juventus was a permanent deal. Must have been a loan. Must have been a loan. Anyway, he's starting for them here on the left-hand side, unless they've bought him back again, which I doubt. I don't know. I could have sworn it was a permanent deal when Douglas Costa went to Juventus. Never mind. Regardless of that, it's Gerard Piqué alongside Mats Hummels, as of course Jerome Boateng has left Bayern Munich in this save. I believe actually to go to Barcelona, rather ironically. But Eden Hazard sets up Alvaro Morata here in the opening few moments, and we're getting past Hummels here, who trips over someone, and Hummels, yep, To be honest, fully expected Manuel Neuer to make the save, and we might find that being the case a number of times over the course of the 2 legs. Morata. Yep, Neuer made the save again. Positive start, though. It's Costa. His pace really unnerves me, to be honest. And to be fair, his ability to dribble with the ball as well. James in possession. I'm trying to stop that ball through there to Thomas Müller. And as soon as I change player to then try and close James down, he plays the ball to Müller. But thankfully we've gotten the ball away from him. Willian threw that gap there to Morata. I'll turn back. Morata, so far, has Mats Hummels on toast in this game. Ball over the top there, looking for Eden Hazard. And Kimmich can't cope with Hazard's pace, but can he cope with his dribbling as well? No, he can't. Hazard with a cross into the middle. Oh, I don't know who was underneath that. I think it was Alvaro Morata. It was. Everything so far going through him with regards to the final chances, but no goals yet. Vidal. Nice tackle by Pereira though. Willian into Kante. Kroos making a run. Good ball into him. Try and turn Isco there. Not Isco. Try and turn Thiago there. We've done well. Morata get out there to Eden Hazard. Quickly to Isco. Drop the shoulder. PK's been done slightly there, but they don't have that much pace in their central defensive positions with PK and Mats Hummels, so I'm trying to exploit that. Morata with a bit of space on the edge of the box. Neuer did get a big hand to that, but Alvaro Morata scores a thumping opening away goal in the Champions League quarter-finals. I would like to see as many replays of that as is physically possible. Please, game. You can see the Bayern players just absolutely flabbergasted. Lovely turn from him, eventually trying to shake off Douglas Costa. And I thought Neuer had gotten a big hand to it and had saved it. And he did get a big hand to it, but couldn't keep it from going in. Oh, great angle for the replay as well. There we go. Headed towards the top corner. Did he... Oh, it took a... It was probably going to hit the post and go out. And as he touched it, actually sharpened the angle towards the goal. Unbelievable hit. Perhaps really unlucky for Manuel Neuer to do wonderfully to get there and actually probably contribute to the fact that it went in. Chelsea, oh, hello. Chelsea 1, Bayern 0, and still Chelsea 1, Bayern 0. James, oh, well intercepted by Kante, swept quickly to Eden Hazard. I'm going to go out wide here if I can, and Isco's in a good position. Morata, oh, it's a great ball to him. I see Toni Kroos making the run in the middle, but he can't get away from the defender that's with him. Through there, though, to Eden Hazard, back to Isco. Oh, perhaps should have played the extra pass. He's still going to drop to Isco. He puts it wide. Oh, get a second there, or we are surely the favourites to go through over the course of 2 legs. Oh, I've missed it. Here's Müller. Down the line into James Rodriguez. Back to Thomas Müller. Don't concede now, Ches. Is that a free kick? It is. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. James Rodriguez to take the free kick. Is he going to shoot from here? He probably won't. No, he's lofted it in. It will reach Vidal, and they have scored. Beautifully played with a training ground set piece that works as intended. Chelsea 1, Bayern Munich 1. I tried to attack the ball there with Isco at the near post and I couldn't get to it. And Vidal just side foots it home. It's really well worked. We're level. James into Lewandowski. Oh, he's going to find Douglas Costa. But was on target. Tried to give him a little nudge with Willian. It didn't work. Towards the near post, but thankfully Courtois saved. Douglas Costa will perhaps try and turn on his left here. He didn't. He's going to be... Oh, my throw. Okay, fair enough. Pleased with that. 7 minutes into the second half. Could have been 2-1 Bayern, but it isn't. That was meant for Isco, but he let it go past him, and it went to Morata. I'll turn, though. Kroos is actually in a good position here. Okay. I mean, I aimed the pass at Kroos, but it went to Alvaro Morata. Never mind. I'll look for Willian here. Good first touch to open some space. He's going to drop to Kroos. Can't score against one of his former teams, though. Puts it over. Hazard. Nice run by Isco. Morata is there, but he's got people with him. Thiago actually very aware defensively then as to what Alvaro Morata was doing, but can't stop him from getting past him. But good block by Mats Hummels. It's been a frustrating second half, this. If I'd have been able to get that second goal with Isco in the first half, it might have gone completely differently. Bayern might have had to commit a couple of bodies forward to try and get themselves back in the tie with me having 2 away goals. And I might have been able to pick them off once more. But as it turns out, they were the ones that got the next goal. And that's going to be a foul, isn't it? Yeah, advantage played, but foul given in the end. And they might be the ones to get the 3rd goal of the game and the 2nd for the respective team. But Hazard will clear that away rather nicely. James into Lewandowski. Back heel there to Facer. Cross here to James. Don't let him on his left. He's on his right. Müller with a shot. Courtois just smothers it round the post. Not the most convincing of saves, but a save nonetheless. Thiago to take the corner. Looks like it's going to go short. Van Ginkel out there to try and close down James, but they've worked it around well. Thiago with the man on the edge of the box here, Thomas Müller. 1-2 played, Alcantara with a deep cross, and Vidal wins the header, but over the bar goes the ball. 6.5 minutes to go, 1-1 in the first leg. Hazard's making space, or making runs into space. And I'm not going to try and go around the outside rim. We'll cut inside. Nicely done. Isco's onside here. Good ball. I'm going to pull this back if I can. And Willian, or Pedro even, who's come on for Willian, can't get there. Really good worked move that I can't unfortunately finish off. Facer gets that to Arturo Vidal, and they might have one final chance here, Bayern Munich, to get themselves a goal to win this first leg. Vidal with the turn. Twice catches himself out. Looks to play Pedro in. Accelerate away. Into Isco, inside there to Kroos and to Morata. And Alexandro's out wide. Don't do it yet, ref. Don't do it yet. Look to play Hazard in. Turn inside. Oh, run straight into Joshua Kimmich, and the referee surely will now blow his final whistle. Never mind. A hard-fought game, and a draw is what we have to take back to Stamford Bridge. So, level on aggregate, but we do have the away goal in our favour. So if we can keep a clean sheet, even if we don't score, if we can keep a clean sheet in the second leg, we will go through. Juventus win 1-0 at Old Trafford in the other half of the quarter-finals. And on the other side, there's Liverpool versus Real Madrid and Barcelona versus Tottenham, I believe. So there's an English team involved in every single one of the quarter-finals in the Champions League. So we could end up with 4 English teams in the semi-finals of the Champions League, which would be pretty remarkable. With 7 games to go in the Premier League, we have a 2-point lead at the top of the table over Manchester United. We obviously drew against Stoke after beating Norwich. They've won both of their games in today's episode in the league, obviously losing in the Champions League as we saw. Arsenal there in 3rd, Spurs in 4th, Watford in 5th, City closing up in 6th now, Liverpool down in 8th. And the rest of the table, as you might expect it, I mean, Southampton perhaps a little bit low. But other than that, no real shocks at present. For now, though, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you.